In our nonstop 24/7 world, it's pretty rare to just pause. But that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to take a moment to reflect on something that's all around us, but we barely even notice anymore. So let me ask you this, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. It's so easy to lose perspective in the daily grind, right? So let's just take a second right now to get grounded in the reality that so many of us are lucky enough to live in. Okay, let's start with the absolute basics. Clean, running water. You just turn a tap and there it is. For a huge chunk of the world, that's not just a convenience, it's a miracle. Or how about this? Electricity. You flip a switch and boom, there's light. It powers our homes, our jobs, our entire lives, and we just expect it to be there. And then, of course, there's the internet. I mean, think about it. Practically all of human knowledge, plus the ability to connect with anyone on the planet, all sitting right there in the palm of your hand. And finally, travel. The freedom to just hop on a plane and experience a completely different culture on the other side of the world. To a lot of us, these things feel totally normal. But when you look at the big picture, globally and historically, they are anything but. And that brings us right into our first section, really digging into the privileges of modern life. Because let's be real, having access to all this stuff puts us in an incredibly fortunate and incredibly unique position. Just look at this list for a second. Having a bank account, all those utilities we just mentioned, modal coverage everywhere, high-speed internet. These are the pillars of our lives. But that last one, time, having time for fun, for hobbies, for self-development, that might just be the biggest luxury of them all. And it's important to remember, these are privileges not everyone has, often built on resources that come from every corner of our world. But here's the crazy thing, isn't it? Here's the paradox. Even with all this comfort, all this safety and opportunity, so many of us walk around with this nagging feeling of dissatisfaction, like something's still missing. Well, there's a name for that. Psychologists call it the arrival fallacy. It's this deep-seated, mistaken belief that once we get that one more thing, the promotion, the new phone, the bigger apartment, then we'll finally be happy. But it never works, does it? The goalposts just keep moving, and we're left feeling like we're always chasing something we can't quite catch. This slide just nails it. We have safety, but our brain immediately goes, yeah, but what if we had more safety? We have comfort, but we want more comfort. It's like we're on this psychological treadmill, running and running, but never actually arriving anywhere. So the big question is, how in the world do we get off? Well, according to the source material we're looking at today, the answer isn't about getting more for ourselves. It's about creating more with others. The way out, it suggests, is through the power of real, genuine human communication and working together. The whole idea is to shift our focus. Instead of just acquiring stuff, we focus on things like empathy, a sense of brotherhood, sharing what we know, and sharing our experiences. We can use that precious free time our comfortable lives give us to grow together and help others get the same shot we did. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It just cuts right to the heart of it. It's basically saying, let's stop hiding behind impersonal text and automated messages. Let's actually connect, human to human. It's a powerful reminder that people, real people, talking to each other, that's where the real potential is. Okay, so with that big idea on the table, let's look at how it can be put into practice. Let's talk about something called Project P56. So what is P56? Well, one thing is for sure, it's not just another social media app. You should think of it more like a framework, a system built for humans, by humans, not AI, and it's specifically designed to help us all get better at communicating, working together, and building a real community. And listen, this isn't some brand new idea that just popped up yesterday. The core concept behind P56 has actually been in the works since 1999. In fact, this document right here shows it was officially recognized as an innovative idea by a Polish technology incubator way back in 2008. So this is a long-term vision that's finally taking shape. The whole project is driven by this really simple but incredibly powerful motto, Pomagaj, wytrwaj, wygrywaj. That translates to help, persevere, win. And the order is so important. You start by helping others, you stick with it through the tough spots together, and in the end, that's how everybody wins. So how does it actually play out? This diagram kind of maps it out for us. If you look over on the left at step 1, it all kicks off with a simple registration. From there, you start to contribute, engage with what other people are creating, and build up your reputation in the community. As you keep going, you're building a network and creating real value, which, as you can see in the final steps, can even lead to earning an income. It's a whole ecosystem. The business model is also built around this idea of community. They call it a closed circuit. If you just follow the arrows here, you can see how it works. On the left, you have users who contribute and create value. On the right, you have businesses who pay to be a part of that valuable community. That revenue then flows right back into the system to reward the users and keep the platform running. It's a self-sustaining loop where everyone benefits. And that brings everything full circle. Our comfort, that paradox of always wanting more, and the power of connection. It all comes down to this one final, really simple point. Your first step. So let's forget all the complex diagrams and big ideas for just one moment. The entire massive potential of this whole project right now, at this exact stage, it all boils down to one single solitary task. That's it. Registration. Just signing up. That is the one and only action needed right now to start building this network of people helping people. Which leaves us with this final kind of challenging thought to chew on. We started this whole conversation by acknowledging just how comfortable our lives are. So why is it that for a project aimed at cooperation and making things better for everyone, a task as ridiculously simple as registering can sometimes feel so difficult? That's a question really worth thinking about.